Hello, you wonderful artistic individual. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I am very excited to share with you this new sort of series I'm going to be doing, which is doing some basic tutorial drawings. So I thought I would kick it off by showing you how to draw a bunny. So my style is sort of realistic, kind of cartoony, sort of in the middle there. So I'm going to be showing you all how I personally draw my rabbits and how you can create your own little bunnies at home. So let's get into this. So I'm going to go with just a classic kind of pose I would normally do for one of my bunny rabbits. And again, I'm just showing you how I do it. Feel free to do it however you want, of course. But for me, I always start with the heads. I have always been this way, whether I'm drawing a person or an animal. That's just my style. I always start with the head, the top, and go down. So when I'm first drawing a bunny, sometimes I start with the ears, sometimes I start with the head. Today, I'm going to go for the ears to start off with first. So when I draw the ears, I kind of make, well, there's several different type of rabbit ears, of course. For the more pointed ones, what I do is I kind of make it a little rounder at the bottom here, and then I make it thinner at the top. Don't make it too pointy, but give it a little bit of that curve at the top, so it's a little bigger and it comes to sort of a smaller curve point at the top. And then we're going to kind of round out and get into the head, and he's going to be looking sort of to the side. And I don't get this perfect every time. I might have to erase a little, like, not too happy with that, so we're gonna erase it and make it a little wider. And I like to have my bunnies kind of pointing their head up, so he's kind of to the side, and I draw the bunny where it kind of sticks out a little bit right there. And then there's a line here that goes down, and then sometimes I give them more of like a smile curve. This one will go for a more realistic look. And with bunnies, their mouth kind of just curves down like that. So sometimes I get that when I draw it that way, they look a little sad, but really that's just how they look. So sometimes I'll kind of add a slight curve to make them a little more happier, I guess, or more cartoony. And then for me, I just put these little lines in. That's just kind of a shading thing I do. So anyways, for the eyes, I do them a couple different ways. So today I'll show you a bit more realistic way, which is where there's kind of like these points at the end of the eye. So you have one kind of down here and you have one up here. And we'll just kind of shade that in like that, just to make it a little darker. And then the other thing with the ears is you want to show kind of the opening of it. So I kind of make this curved line that dips down and comes out like that. And I don't do it on this other side because on this side the ear's facing this way, but the way it's positioned, the other ear's kind of like going like this. So it's kind of flipped around. So we'll keep drawing the head. And then I kind of do some little lines here just to show the connection. Actually, I think I want to make his face a little bit rounder. So I'm going to do kind of like that. And then going, why is there a sparkle in his eye? I don't know, but that was okay. Got a little sparkle. Oh, and another thing sometimes I'll do is I'll put like little hair at the top here just to give it a little something extra. So you can do that too. You can do whatever you want, of course. And then I do little dots right here, which are where the bun's whiskers are. Sometimes I draw some out. Sometimes I don't. I'll show you what that looks like if you decide you want to do some whiskers. So I just kind of flick it out like that. Like I literally flick, and just kind of do it lightly. And when you're putting it on the face, you want to kind of start the line in different spots, if that makes sense. I kind of did them all in the same area a little too much. So let's get some dots back in there. But otherwise, it's like you want to start one over here and then one over here. So they're kind of sporadic, and that makes it look a little more realistic. All right, let's move on to the body. Here we go. So the rabbit's chest kind of pokes out a little bit. So I'm going to have him facing this direction totally. So usually their chest kind of pokes out a little bit and then curves under like that. And then here it's sort of doing the opposite, where he kind of curves out, and then they have like a little butt that kind of sticks out there. So I gotta kind of adjust this. It takes me a couple times. I haven't quite got the anatomy down perfectly. Plus I'm used to doing mermaid tail bottoms, which I will definitely be doing a mermaid bunny tutorial, but I thought I'd just start off with a little basic bun. So it's kind of like a potato bun. And with the paws, they kind of start a little bit below this kind of hump here, and we'll kind of put the paws there. Okay, so it kind of goes like whoop, and then this part kind of goes like whoop. So it's a little curved, and then you just kind of do the same thing on that side like that, and put lines for where it's, you know, little individual paws would be like that. And then for the leg, and I'm gonna go back in and fix that, I promise you all. Let's just go ahead and erase that real quick. So, alright, so next we gotta do the leg. And it's just like a big round kind of thing, because it's gonna be kind of like that on this side too. It actually could come out a bit more. So, you kind of have these like curved things here, and actually, let's make that not quite so round. You want to kind of do it so it kind of slopes and then comes out, so it's a little more realistic looking. And then the feet, they have big bunny feet, okay? So we'll kind of do like that, and it's like kind of looks similar to the paws, where you do like that. And I'm not too happy with that. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more, because what happens is their legs kind of scoop, or they're kind of falling over the bunny feet, so you don't want them to jut out too much. So I'm gonna bring them up a little higher. Actually, let me do it a little bit more. I feel like it's dipping down too much. I'm gonna make it go a little more forward like that, kind of like that, and we'll kind of fix this back there. There we go. That's better. So you got that potato body going on. All right. So got the chest up here, and then it kind of rounds out at the bottom here, and then we'll do the 2 feet and kind of do a little bit of that and do a little bit of that, kind of having, I do like 2 little lines sticking out. It's a little hard to see, so kind of doing like that. There we go. And then I do a little bit of a curve here. He kind of looks a little shy. Now, I don't always put a tail on my rabbits. Actually, anytime I'm doing one of my mermaid themed rabbits, I don't put a tail on. Their tail is really, at least in this perspective, it's really behind them, but it could stick out a little bit. I just wouldn't put it like, I would not recommend doing a huge poof sticking out for it to be on the more realistic side. I would say kind of just having it poke out a little bit. And instead of it just being a single like round circle, what I do is I kind of do these little dashes that make it a little furrier. And for here, I wanted to, since it's another thing, it's not a totally solid line, I'm gonna go in and kind of, I sort of do this where I do some little dashes to show it's furry. And once I have the basic shape down, I kind of go in and erase some areas and kind of do like some little dashes like that, and I kind of do some of these little this, little that, and that just shows that it's nice and furry and fuzzy, fuzzy bun. So let's go in and ink him. So we'll do that. So usually I use a micron pen, and I usually use a 1 or a 3, just so this shows up a little better on camera. I'm actually gonna go in with my graphic 1 micron pen, just because it's a little bolder. It's more like a marker kind of tip, just so it's a little easier for you guys to see what I'm doing exactly. So again, here I go, starting off at the top, and I'm gonna give him that little bit of hair there. And this is where I'm going to do more detail work, so instead of just making it a solid line, I'm going to go in and kind of make it a little fuzzy by doing kind of like that, and kind of doing these little dashes and making it more obvious that it's, he's a fuzzy bun. And not making things too perfect. I don't know, that's just not my style. Like really smooth straight lines, I guess. I do more like dashes, and you know, I'll kind of put little spaces in between things, just to give it a more like natural look, I guess. And we'll do his bun nose. Sorry, my hand is probably in the way. Let's go in and do that eye. And we'll color it in. There we go. And we'll put some dots here, dot here, some whiskers, because why not? Oop, that one ended up too low. Whoops. That's okay. We'll just we'll do like that. There we go. He's just got a really low whisker. Well, let's make his mouth go a little bit lower. Oh, now he looks upset. He's like, ah. That's okay. Alright, let's kind of scribble some fur. Alright, same here. Kind of doing these little dashes. Giving him the paws. Oh my gosh, he looks so scared. And I am bad about having like things to correct it. There we go. That helps a little bit. Alright, where'd my pen go? Here it is. He still looks a little sad, but that's okay. Okay, continuing with his leg. Some dashes. Gonna do the other paw.
There you go.
And I'm gonna do the same thing here, where we kind of just dash our way down. Dash a tail in. Do those little rounded out for his bunny feet. Alright, so now that we got his basic shape down, I'm gonna go in and do some like fur details, which, oh, we're gonna do a little bit of that too. A little bit of that. Alright, so pretty much I just do these little like dash kind of things, or I'll just do like literally like little mini lines. Sometimes they're those curve lines and sometimes not, and I just kind of do them where I want. So right up here, places where it'd be like the fuzziest, I guess. And another thing I do, just part of my technique, is I do this, it's supposed to kind of mimic shading. It's just a stylistic thing. And I go in and I outline where the shading would be, and then I do like little dashes like that. So kind of in the corner of his ear here, we'll do like that. Let's add more fur there. Or like around here would be like a shadow, as if the light source was coming from this direction. It's kind of what I'm doing. So put it there, and then kind of around this area. And I just do dash marks, kind of all going the same direction. And again, I don't make it a really smooth line. I make it kind of jagged and squiggly to just mimic the fur, the organic kind of look. He is like so sad looking, and I feel like I need to stop going in. That's a little better. And then I put like some lines here for his little bunny noses. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So sometimes I'll even put in some like squiggles too, but we won't do that today. We'll just give him some basic first. So there you have it.